Sometimes seeing how the other half lives is a bit confusing and can at times be even a bit discouraging. Full disclosure, this could be one of those times. As you probably gathered from the thumbnail, today I'll be doing my best to show you the most expensive water money can buy. Yes, water. One of the most ubiquitous substances on the planet. The universal liquid that all living organisms need to survive. Good old H2O. Not exactly the first thing that comes to mind when you say luxury. But you'll soon find out that even water wasn't safe from the extravagant clutches of the higher end of society. In the United States, water is almost always free at restaurants. In Europe, it tends to be a very cheap drink that runs you $1 or $2 a bottle. In France, the water literally costs more than the wine, but even there, it's cheap. I don't need to tell you this. You've all drank water before. So, how can water be so expensive? I mean, water is just water, right? Well, the water we drink is pretty much all the same. It fell from the sky at some point in the form of that wonderful phenomenon called rain. The difference between the tap water from your kitchen and some of the waters we're going to see later on in this video is the location on the planet where that rain fell. The varying locations of these sources of water determine how many and what kinds of minerals are in that water, and a number of other factors that determine taste. I'm sure many of you have noticed that tap water near the coast tastes more salty than tap water from further inland. That's the basic principle anyway. Much like wine, water tastes different depending on the environment it came from, along with the quality of the water, based on the location on the planet it came from. Another reason why some of these waters cost so much is because of the packaging. The real absurdity of this water is in these outrageous steps that are taken creating these bottles that hold the water. You'll quickly realize why the cost of these waters are so high when you see the absolutely bonkers and dare I say needless customizations that are made on the water bottle themselves. The first water I'd like to show got its cost the honest way. That's right. Expenses were in fact spared when it came to the bottling of this water, and the drink comes in a simple, green-tinted glass bottle with a typical lid. So, why does Kona Nagari cost $402 per bottle, if not for a diamond-encrusted bottle? Well, that's because Kona Nagari water is harvested 2,000 feet below the surface of the Pacific Ocean of Hawaii. The extraction process alone costs a fortune for this particular brand of water. This desalinated deep seawater from Kona Nagari is said to bring a multitude of health benefits to those that are well off enough to drink it, due to the special qualities it contains. The rare water is sold exclusively in Japan, but the cleanliness and health benefits found in Kona Nagari get the wealthiest health nuts from around the world to drop a lot of cash on the little green bottle of water. Kona Nagari is the fourth most expensive bottle of water money can buy. The next bottle of water I'd like to present to you thirsty viewers is none other than the Bling H2O's The 10,000. First, let's explain the name. Bling H2O because it's water that costs you $2,700 a bottle. And it's called the 10,000 because the bottle comes with 10,000 Swarovski crystals. Along with this extravagant feature, the water undergoes a 9-step purification process that is used in order to ensure the company's award-winning taste equals the award-winning design. The water comes from the English Mountain Spring, which is located at the base of the Great Smoky Mountains of Tennessee. The water is served at high-end restaurants and spas. Bling H2O's typical bottle of water only runs around $40 a bottle, but the 10,000 special edition bottle earns them the place of the third most expensive bottle of water that you can buy. And next we have yet another insane bottle to go with an otherwise, well, 750 milliliters of water. This time I think it's the name that costs so much money. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. The Acqua di Cristallo Tributo di Mogliani is our next item on our agenda, and it'll cost you the pretty penny of $60,000 per bottle. Now, the water itself comes from Fiji and France, and claims to be some of the purest water in the world. But the real kicker is the 24-karat solid gold bottle. Those who have been lucky enough to try the water themselves claim that the water has a distinct, tantalizing flavor and softness to the palate. There's nothing quite like a $60,000 bottle of water tantalizing your palate, I'll tell you that much. You just simply haven't lived. Inside the water rests 5 milligrams of 24-karat gold dust, just in case drinking from the gold bottle didn't give you a tangible enough feeling of wealth. But if I've really sold you on this bottle of water, and you're looking to try it yourself, I'm sorry to say this was just a one-time thing. All of the bottles have been sold at auction, and by no means is this bottle in production. I'd say that's probably for the best. This bottle of water was and is the second most expensive bottle of water ever sold. Before we get to number 1, since we're talking about crazy expensive water, I'd like to tell you about the astronomical cost of water on the International Space Station. Due to the finite amount of storage aboard the International Space Station, just one bottle of water cost about $10,000. This outrageous cost stems from how expensive it is to provide the ISS with essential supplies. Each supply run to the ISS costs several $1 million, with the launch itself costing up to $500 million. As such, cargo space is at a premium, and every item needs to be costed to ensure value for money, looking at each item's weight, volume, and necessity. Living in such a remote and inhospitable location, even water is something of a commodity, and a costly one at that. A result of this insane cost of water is that the ISS has the most advanced water filtration system in existence. The filtration is so advanced that less than 10% of water is unable to be reused, leaving about 90% ready and able to be recycled back into the supply of water. Well, that's enough space water talk. Let's get to the moment you've all been waiting for. The most expensive water money can buy. Beverly Hills 90 H2O Luxy Collection Diamond Edition. $100,000 a bottle. Yes, this insane bottle of water costs the same as a small house. It costs a little more than a 4-year college tuition. For one of these bottles of water, you could buy 4 brand new Nissan Altimas and still have a few $1,000s to spare. So, why is this bottle so expensive? I'm glad you asked. The Beverly Hills 90 H2O Luxy Collection Diamond Edition water is touted to be the ultimate in water, if there even is such a thing. It is sourced from the Sierra Nevada mountains and was instilled with potassium, calcium, and minerals to enhance its taste and nutrients. The Luxy Collection Diamond Edition's bottle, which was designed by jeweler Mario Padilla, comes with a white gold cap encrusted with 14-karat gold, comprising of over 250 black diamonds and 600 GVS white diamonds. Only 9 bottles were ever made, and purchasing one will get you a 1-year supply of the Beverly Hills 90 H2O Lifestyle Collection. The bottle is delivered to a customer in a briefcase that could be mistaken for the nuclear launch codes in a Tom Cruise action flick. The company does their best to provide you with an experience, and by all means tries their very hardest to distract you from the fact that you're just drinking water. They're taking something mundane and turning it into a luxurious moment that you can savor and relish. And why wouldn't you, if you've just spent $100,000 on a bottle of water? But of course, the primary reason the price is so high is due to the immaculate packaging of the bottle. And I'm sure no one who's ever bought the water ever had the nerve to toss the bottle in the recycling bin. And that is the most expensive bottle of water that money can buy. Once it's all said and done, Beverly Hills 90 H2O's slogan of being the champagne of water seems like a severe understatement. So, there you have it. 4 of the most expensive bottles of water that have ever been sold, and 1 bottle of space water that more than likely came in bag form. I truly hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope it didn't make you too thirsty, or even worse, take away your taste for water altogether. As always, I'm Mr. Luxury. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Pip pip, de doodly doo.